Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Haunt the House. Ooh. Haunt the House is a game published by Kids Table Board Games, KTBG, designed by Josh and Elena Capel, plays 2 to 5 players, ages 8 plus, in about 30 minutes. And I think all of that is accurate, the time and all that mess. Let's look at the overview here. A floorboard creaks. A book drops suddenly off a shelf. A low moan floats down the hallway. Is it just a breeze? No, it's you! Pesky ghost hunters are sneaking through the haunted hallways of your mysterious mansion. Show the other spooks that you're the most fearsome frightener, and scare them out. Grab their gear as they flee, lanterns, crowbars, maps, and more, and build the most impressive collection of trophies to prove that you're the champion spookster. So, we are playing as the ghosts. Little ghosties. Trying to scare these ghost hunters out of our mansion, because we want this mansion to be ours. And we're doing that through some interesting card play. We're going to be playing cards to these locations to try to fulfill the things that scare the ghost hunter at the bottom. The trick here is you can play cards face down and you could be lying. Or you can play card face up that actually matches and get the bonus of the room. So is it in your benefit to play it and take the bonus? Or do you want to just be a jerk and mess with people so when they try to boo, they fail? It's pretty fun. And you're trying to be the person with the most points, skulls, at the end of the game. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. Alright, so here's a game of Haunt the House, all set up for 3 players. Setup is pretty simple. You're going to give each player their own deck of cards, which I've done here. They have different items with their player color on the back. Each player is going to get a red and a blue tile. I've flipped these face up just so you can see them. I'll be playing as the blue ghost. And then in a 3-player game, you're going to put out 4 room tiles, put a ghost hunter on each of the 4 tiles, have the skull tokens off to the side of the board, and if you're playing with the advanced version, which I am going to be playing with, you'll have the phantom cards, which I'll go ahead and put right there. All right, and then you'll have the leftover rooms just hanging out ready to be used. All right, so everybody's going to draw 3 cards, and then we're going to play, and I'll tell you how to play once I get the cards drawn. This game's pretty simple. What we're trying to do is we are ghosts trying to scare out these ghost hunters because we want this house to be haunted. We don't want the ghost hunters to be in here wandering about. Okay? So, on your turn, you're going to do one of 3 things. You're going to draw back up to 3 scares, which are the cards in your hand, if you have 0 or 1 card. Okay? Or, you're going to play an invisible scare, which would be, let me slide this up a little bit. Just a little bit. Which will go down here. And kind of just be, maybe I'm playing the correct symbols, maybe I'm not. Or you're going to play a visible scare, which will go up here. And you will get to use the bonus on the room, okay? So those are the 3 things you can do on your turn. Or if you don't want to do those, 2 of those actions, you can call boo. The way that calling boo works is once there are some cards around this location and you think on your turn that there's enough of these symbols, so 2 of whatever that is, 2 of that symbol, 2 doors, a creak, and 2 chills, 2 of that, 1 door and 1 chill, then you can call boo. And you reveal all the invisible cards. Whoever contributed to an accurate symbol on the invisible cards will either get a point or draw 2 phantom cards and keep 1. And whoever said boo and was successful will take this card, get some tokens here. You're going to score points for all the matching tokens that you have times themselves, so squared. And then we'll get a new room, do all that. If you fail, all the cards get discarded. You can discard your boos, your scare cards if you want, and then draw back up to 3. All right? But anybody who contributed will still get their bonus. All right, so blue will go first. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. So they have some moan cards, which is that red symbol, and a chill. All right, so I think I'm going to play a moan face up on this card. I don't know how well you can see it, so I'll put it right there. Face up here. And this will let me draw 1 phantom or gain 1 skull. And I'm going to draw a phantom card because they're really cool. They're going to be worth some points or negative points, maybe, if you play them. But they're going to do cool things. And they don't count to your hand limit or actions you can play. So I did 1 action. Then the next one I think I'm going to do... I'm going to go ahead and put a chill face down here. And that's my turn. All right, so I'm done. Now we're going to go to yellow. They're going to do the same thing here. They're going to play some cards. And I think... oh, I left their other card. I think they're going to try to get a phantom card as well. So they're going to put 1 book here, a bump. So they're going to draw a phantom card. And theirs is freezing. It's worth 2 points. Has a special ability when you play it. And then they're going to go ahead and... play a moan up here, and they can discard any number of scares, then draw the same number plus 2. So they're going to discard 1 and draw 3, and that's their turn. All right, and then back to purple, or to purple, not back to purple player. Purple player is going to play a book because they want to join the phantom game. So they have an adorable phantom, which is really cute. Worth 2 points, does some cool stuff. And they're going to also play this card face down here. But no one's going to know what they're playing. Again, they don't get a bonus for that, so they're done. Blue is going to play their phantom. So you can take 2 of the actions or do a boo action. And you can play 1 phantom if you want. That doesn't count as one of your actions. So they're going to play this phantom. This is nobody may say boo until your next turn. So they'll keep that right there. And then I will place this right there. Done. All right. Yellow's turn. They can't say boo. You're not going to play theirs yet. So let's do... they're going to play this here. I'm not going to show you what it is. And they're going to play this here. Okay? That's their turn. Now, who is that? That is yellow. Okay. That was yellow. Now we're back to purple. And purple is just going to draw 2 cards because they have 1. So they'll draw 2. And then they're going to play 1, 2... here. They don't know what's here, so they're going to play 1 right there. All right. Now it's this player's turn. This will go away. It'll be worth a negative point at the end of the game. But they're going to go ahead and call boo because I want to show you how that works. And they think with all these cards up here that this one is going to be successful. So it needs 2 creaks, a thump, and a moan. All right. So let's see what we got here. We'll flip these over. So we have a bump, 2 creaks, and a moan. Extra, more than we need, okay? So anybody that contributed at least 1 of the correct symbols will either get a point or draw 2 phantom cards and keep 1. And I think yellow, they already have a phantom card, so they're going to just take a point. And then they'll take their card back because it's a successful boo. And then purple they're going to draw 2 phantoms, keep 1. And they're going to keep that one. This one goes on the bottom. Take their card back. All the other cards get discarded to the appropriate discard piles. Yellow, blue, and then purple went here. Or no, who went here? Blue went here because they're the one that had that ghost. So they take this card. Now this is going to give them extra icons. It doesn't. They now have 2 torches, so each of these torches are worth 2 points. So they're working on getting a pile of points. That'll come down here with the other cards that they spent. We'll get rid of this room. That's the best room. Get a new room out. Put a new hunter on. And it is now yellow's turn. And yellow is going to play their freezing card. No visible scares can be played until their next turn. So for their first action, they're going to draw 2 cards because they have 1. And they're going to go ahead and play this one down here and this one down here. And that's our turn. All right, now we're going back to purple. Purple has adorable. So they're going to go ahead and play their adorable ghost worth 2 points. They're going to discard any 2 visible scares. There's only 1, so they're going to discard this one back to yellow. This is worth 2 points, and it can go away because it's done its duty. And now they will play this and this, and they're done. Back to blue. They don't have any cards in their hand, so they're going to draw 3. And then they will do this and this. All right. Remember, nobody can play visible scares because this player. So this is done. That'll be worth points at the end. And then they can now do a boo. And I think they're going to try a boo. They're going to try to boo this room. Okay. So yellow is going to try to boo this room. So let's see what we got. We have 2 chills and 2 moans. So anybody that contributed at least one of the correct things, which in this case is blue and purple, will each get some. I think blue is going to take a point. Purple is going to take a point. Then you get your cards back. They go to the discard pile. Then if it was an unsuccessful boo, which was the case here, that player is able to discard any of their cards they have left and draw back up to 3, and they're just going to draw up to 3. And that's how the game's going to go. In a 3-player game, you're going to keep playing until somebody has gotten 4 ghost hunters that they have scared out of their house. And then you're going to score your points. The points are pretty simple to count. 1 point for every skull token that you have. The icons, the items that you have, times themselves. So if I had 2 candles, it'd be 2 times 2 because each candles were 2 points. Any points that on your phantoms that you played, or there's one that you can keep in your hand that's worth points. And then whoever has the most points after all that is said and done is the winner. And that's how you play Haunt the House. Let's go up to the top. See what you think about it. All right, well, that was Haunt the House. So let's talk about the components. This is a kids' table board game production. And one thing that I like to comment on is their art. This game is no exception. That is a beautiful cover. This artist is, I'm going to butcher the name, Apolline Etienne. And they've done a ton of the art for KTBG. You can look behind me and see how consistent a lot of that art is. I love it. It's just fantastic. It looks good. Can't say enough. My only complaint before we get into the rest of the components is this box is bigger than the other ones. It's thinner and longer, and I don't really know why. But it's not a lot, but it does stick out of the shelf a little bit more than I would like. Rulebook is solid. There's a beginner mode without the phantoms. There's a mode with the phantoms. But this is the best part. Kids Table Board Games like to put the round summary on the back, and I love that, so good job. Now let's look at some of the components. These cards are gorgeous. These are some of the phantoms. Really cool back there. This is the one that you keep in your hand. It'll be worth some points. No more fantastic art. Cards are really nice quality. They're actually really thick. Kind of hard to shuffle. It's almost like 2 cards in one, but at least they're not going to get beaten up. These boards have fantastic art too. All the rooms, they have different art for what kind of room it is. The back of the tile is really cool. Fantastic art. Cool little ghost tokens. There's 5 of these. These skulls here glow in the dark. I can't show that on the video, but you can take my word for it. I did do the cool hand in the dark test, and that's really sweet too. Tons of ghost hunters. More fantastic art there. You can see all these peeps. They're all scared of different things, and yeah, just fantastic components. No issues at all with there, as per usual with a kids table board game. So let's talk about the gameplay. This is effectively a kids game, and we knew that when we bought it. So we bought it for our youngest, but we played it with our game group of adults because I wanted to learn it and see what it is. And it's actually a pretty enjoyable little game. It's super simple to play. If I was playing with adults, I'm never going to not use these, the Phantoms, because that just adds a little bit extra chaos and fun. But yeah, it's a simple game. You're either putting a card face down, tricking people, or you're putting yourself face up to use the room. And when you think there's enough cards, you're going to say boo and try to scare out the ghost hunter. That's it. Set collection, some basic set collection, some basic bluffing skills, and just fantastic components to keep kids engaged. So this is probably the lightest of the kids table board games that we have. Yeah, Creature Comforts is light, but it's way heavier than this one. But even with it being light, it's still a fantastic game. I can't wait to play it with my daughter. I'm fine playing it with adults. It's only 30 minutes. You're going to have a good time for 30 minutes. A little bit of backstabbing, being a jerk to people, just having a good time. So, yeah, solid game. I'm going to give this a BGM acceptance seal. This is going to get a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what we're going to do. So that is Haunt the House from Kids Table Board Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. That's a lot of board. And as always, keep gaming. Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Haunt the House.